Land Rover Discovery perversion is the essence of American culture. It's taking something built for one purpose and supercharging the designer's original intent, often literally. It's a 1953 Studebaker Champion that goes 249 miles per hour, or a 1975 Ford F250 with flotation tires that crosses rivers and crushes cars. It's taking a small country's agrarian, 18th century constitution and growing an industrial, transcontinental 21st century superpower under it. So here, in the tradition of land speed recordsters, the Bigfoot monster truck, and Marbury v. Madison, comes flying miʻäːtə's 2016 MX-5 with a stinking V8 in its nose. Cramming V8s into MX-5 miʻäːtəs is now a classic American handicraft. Since way back in the early 1990s, Americans have been shoving Ford and GM small blocks into the otherwise unassuming Mazda Roadsters. The problem is that iron block lumps designed to power Crown Vics and Caprices play havoc on a miʻäːtə's balance. Dive into a corner with one of those nose-a-heavy squids and it pirouettes like Oaksna Bale on an all-night bender. Is a miʻäːtə still a miʻäʔtə if it doesn't have miʻäʔtə steering or a miʻäʔtə shifter? No. The Habu is, instead, proof that the Cobra formula is still perversely appealing. Two things radically improve the V8 miʻäʔtə formula. First is the availability of the compact, lightweight, aluminium series GM V8 crate engines. And second is the introduction of the latest generation miʻäʔtə. Flying miʻäʔtə bolts the LS376-525 version of the 6.2-liter naturally aspirated V8 into this ND and nicknames its creation, appropriately enough, the Habu, after a species of Japanese pit viper. Rated at 525 horsepower at 6,200 revolutions per minute, it's basically the LS3 from the 5th generation Camaro SS, normally a 430 horsepower affair but with a camshaft developed for use in American Speed Association as a stock car racing. With longer duration and greater lift, the Azaka makes more power and gives the engine a nasty, loping, pro-stock growl at idle. It also has a wicked, charismatic, cup car snarl under load. Mazda designed the ND miʻäʔtə to be lighter, but it also has a roomier engine bay that accommodates the V8 with relative ease. It's also the best handling miʻäʔtə ever, and its wheel wells will accept larger footwear. In other words, the ND is as close to being an ideal V8 transplant recipient as any car since the 1962 ACS. Still, the ND needs fortification to survive the V8's onslaught. So the Mazda transmission is ditched in favor of the familiar Triumph T56 6-speed manual. A new aluminium drive shaft leads to a rear differential also swiped from a 5th generation Camaro SS. Up front, a hydraulic steering rack from a Camaro replaces the electrically assisted Mazda rack. Somehow, flying miʻäʔtə snakes a true dual exhaust with twin transverse mufflers in there as well. So, basically, it's a miʻäʔtə that swallowed a Camaro. At 2,696 pounds, this V8 miʻäʔtə weighs 380 pounds more than the last stock 2016 miʻäʔtə we tested. The stock MX-5 puts 51.9% of its weight on the front wheels, where the Habu has 53.0%. Start the V8, and the sound is so Herculean that it nearly ripples the miʻäʔtə's sheet metal as the car oaks side to side in sync with the cam lobes. It's fitted with an LS7 clutch and flywheel, but the pedal action isn't heavy and the engagement is smooth. Dipping into the throttle is as satisfying as jumping on a stomp rocket. Even with a gentle leave at 1,100 to 1,200 revolutions per minute, the engine utterly overwhelms the miʻäʔtə. The entire car constricts around you, a massive crush of torque squeezing the air out of your lungs and cracking the lower vertebrae of your back. The 24540R17 Bristone Patenza RE71R tires bark under the onslaught, and the Roadster thunders to 60 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. Hold on a bit longer, and the quarter mile is consumed in 11.7 seconds at 123 miles per hour. Chevrolet's 2017 Corvette Grand Sport needs 3.8 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour and 12.2 to get through the quarter mile. A Corvette Z06 Coupe will run a couple tenths quicker than the Habu, but it feels like a pillow compared with the raw nerve V-8 MX-5. The flying V-8 reaches 60 miles per hour 2.7 seconds quicker than a stock Miata and runs through the quarter mile 3.1 seconds quicker. In the 18.2 seconds it takes the stock Miata to reach 100 miles per hour, this powered car is already approaching 150 miles per hour. This is lurid, indecent, and practically pornographic acceleration. Like a proper aftermarket speed pusher, Flying Miata throws its catalogue of go-fast top-fast products on this car. And with all the FM suspension bits, reinforced half-shafts, and oversized brakes, the V8 car is tractable, stable, and manageable. The understeer is subdued, and the on-demand oversteer is well modulated. It can be driven just like a regular car, even if the stock stability control is disabled. This is a high-power to-weight ratio car. Don't drive it like an idiot, warned FM's Keith Tanner, as if idiocy wasn't a requirement for wanting one. Flying Miata LS V8 conversions start at $49,995 plus a Miata. The total chit for this car is $85,301, including $30,900 for the base Mazda GT. Not cheap, but if Carroll Shelby's name were on the car, it would be a bargain. Thank God for the perverts who keep America great. Found in translation, here's the problem. The Miata's many computers speak Mazda and the LS376 V8's engine control computer only understands GM. The reverse lights go through 3 separate modules before they can be turned on, says Flying Miata's Keith Tanner. And neither GM nor Mazda likes to share its computer language. So Flying Miata adds an intermediary, a controller area network CAN computer, built by Germany's Mrs. Electronic to translate between the GM and Mazda hardware. Most of the translation is done in the Mrs. CAN module, but a little bit of the GM code is modified, explains Tanner. It is, however, still a work in progress as a few warning lights remain lit on the V8 Miata's otherwise unmodified instrument panel. Notable progress exists as a result of FM's 8 years of work on the V8 Miatas. For instance, earlier Miatas used a GM throttle pedal that is included in GM's Erod crate engine conversion kit, but the ND Miata retains the Mazda pedal. We're still working on it, concludes Tanner. We want to get rid of all those warning lights.